Red Dead Redemption 2 is on the way this autumn, but all we've seen so far is a relentlessly over-analysed trailer. Wait a minute, were those the horns of a giant underwater bull? Oh, yes, probably a canoe, you're right. Like that wasn't exciting enough on its own, according to Rockstar, the game's vast and atmospheric world will also provide the foundation for a brand new online multiplayer experience. But what exactly will that online multiplayer experience be? We're hoping it includes the following 7 things. If we're taking as read that Red Dead Online will take its cues from Rockstar's wildly successful Grand Theft Auto Online, then we need to ask ourselves how it should be different. For all their similarities, Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption are fundamentally different franchises, so not everything that works in one will necessarily work in the other. To that end, what's to say we definitely have to be on the wrong side of the law in Red Dead Online? What if there were different factions you could join, such as Outlaws for those who want to rob banks and rustle cattle, and Lawbringers for those who want to pin on a sheriff's badge and round up bad guys?
Found that no-good piece of dirt. Thank you.
Maybe even a third option, such as mercenary, bounty hunting, gunslingers, for those players whose moral compass looks like it's been left next to a magnet.
If you say so, Marston. If you say so.
Each side could offer you different bonuses and skill progressions and have a different capital city. Think Blackwater for the good guys and Thieves Landing for the bad guys. We don't think Rockstar will venture so far as to go full MMO on this, creating different factions within sides like in World of Warcraft, but even that could be cool, with different criminal gangs for you to pledge your allegiance to as an outlaw, or different law enforcement groups like the US Marshals or the Pinkerton Detective Agency for you to join as a lawbringer.
Thank you. For a man, you ain't all bad.
He didn't look like a very nice fella.
The only potential downside is that everyone just wants to be outlaws. In a quick poll I just conducted around the Outside Xbox and Outside Extra office, it turns out I'm the only one who wants to be a badass Seth Bullock-style lawman, bringing the worst outlaws of the West to justice, and everyone else just wants to shoot up saloons. What would you pick? Hit the eye on screen right now to take the poll, and let's find out. Considering how popular heists were in GTA Online, it's practically a given they'll show up in Red Dead Online, ideally sooner than 17 months after the actual game comes out. GTA 5, I'm looking at you. Given the source material, there's scope for a really wide range of heists with much more interesting setups than travel to point A, shoot everyone, travel to point B, shoot everyone, deliver a thing, as was the case in a lot of GTA Online heists. Obviously we want to be able to rob a train, as well as a big city bank, or maybe raid a gold mine, but if factions were a thing, then how about heists where we put a stop to those things by doing some detective work and figuring out where the bad guys are going to strike? And of course Red Dead isn't just about the gunslinging. Hunting was a big part of the single player experience, so what about big multiplayer hunts where you track legendary beasts through the world or build the gear you'll need to catch them?
Oh, Lord. This is nasty.
Maybe it's not just money we're there to steal or protect. How about cattle rustling heists where you've got to steal livestock? Your skill at horse riding and herding animals will be the difference between success and failure.
He's just showing off now.
Ooh, and something on a riverboat gambling paddle steamer. Maybe the wreck of the Serendipity is there in Red Dead Redemption because we heisted it so thoroughly that it crashed. Sounds like something I'd do. Heists are one thing, but for Red Dead Online's world to be really involving, there needs to be plenty of other stuff to do as well. GTA Online has done a decent job with this, but with a lack of cars, motorbikes and air vehicles, Red Dead is going to need to be more creative with the extracurricular fun you have. We can expect gang showdowns, wanted poster bounties, and actual cowboying where you herd cows and break wild horses, as well as games like horseshoes, poker, and five-finger fillet. But what about giving our characters passive skills that we can level up in our spare time, like card sharking, lasso tricks, even learning a musical instrument? Remember that guy playing a violin in multiplayer lobbies in Red Dead 1? What if your online characters could learn a musical instrument too? The upcoming Sea of Thieves from Rare has a system whereby your character can play a concertina or a hurdy-gurdy, and when playing in proximity with other players, they play together as a ramshackle pirate band, and it's the best thing ever. And here's a long shot, but it'd be great if player actions in the world of Red Dead Online actually had an impact on the world itself. Or even, imagine this, on the Los Santos of Grand Theft Auto Online, because you'd be doing things in the past that affect its present. I'm blowing my own mind right now. Making an online version of an open-world Rockstar game is obviously a huge technical challenge, but we really hope Red Dead Online's multiplayer is stable from the get-go. If you remember GTA Online's painful launch period, you'll remember that it was harder to get into than Fort Knox, and even once you were online, connections were flakier than a Danish pastry in a wind tunnel.
Despite the rejection, I'm still gonna help you get settled in, baby.
Red Dead Online needs to be bulletproof, so to speak, from the start, and as anyone who tried to play online at the height of the original game's hacker woes can tell you, have some robust anti-hacking tech so that we're not constantly being domed by invulnerable cowboys from the back of flying horses. And unlike GTA Online, it needs to be much easier to get into a server with friends, maintain that connection, and not get randomly booted during the middle of an exciting heist, or band practice. With the best will in the world, it's hard to describe Grand Theft Auto Online as a welcoming place. Let's count how long it takes from me exiting my apartment to being shot in the head by a random jerk. "11 seconds! New record? Presuming that not everyone enjoys the GTA Online experience of being blown up by a jerk in a fighter jet every minute and a half, we'd love to see Rockstar tweak the system for discouraging antisocial behaviour to further discourage it, perhaps with an automated version of GTA Online's bounty system that sees griefing players get an increasingly massive price on their head. Though we sort of accept that GTA Online is full of violent thugs, Red Dead Online could be a more measured place. That's not to say it won't be violent or exciting or surprising, just that our dream cowboy experience doesn't involve being trolled by 11-year-olds on the 19th century equivalent of a tricked out lowrider. Hey, at least in the 1800s no one will have a fighter jet to ruin your day with. Maybe it's the Destiny player in us, but it'd be great to see a proper loot system in Red Dead Online. Much of what you can buy in GTA Online is determined by your level, but it'd be great to see a setup whereby beating challenges, like the ambient challenges in the original Red Dead, gave you access to better clothes, items and weaponry. I'm exactly the sort of person who will spend hours hunting for a new clothing scrap to complete a new outfit checklist, so I may be biased, but I always felt that completing heists in GTA Online should have given you more than just cash. Sure, you had new options of things to buy in the stores and from vehicle websites, but all I ever want from these things in the end is a cool new hat. And the Wild West is where your hat matters most of all.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have.
If the game world of Red Dead Online is the same as the single-player game, this is going to be a bigger map than that of the original Red Dead Redemption. This raises the problem of how we're going to get around it quickly. Without the ability to skip taxi rides, getting from downtown Los Santos to the north of the map is already a time-consuming chore in GTA Online, and that's with the added benefit of planes, helicopters and sports cars. When your only mode of transportation is a 1-horsepower horse, that problem's going to be a whole lot worse. So here's hoping there's some other way to get around quickly.
Well, this is the only chance I'm gonna get for rest.
Whether it's by railroad, stagecoach, or some kind of in-universe cowboy teleporter, I don't want to have to gallop for 15 minutes just to get to where my friends are having fun, because I'm probably going to get distracted by the scenery and never show up. Those were the things that we want from Red Dead Online, but what do you want? Let us know in the comments below, and like and subscribe for more from Red Dead 2 from Outside Xbox. Thanks for watching.